Okay, we are halfway through Shenzhen. If you're wondering, I'm actually on vacation right now, just a little one-day trip to a city just south of where I'm currently living. It's called Hsinchu. They've got a nice little gate right here. It's an old thing and it's cool. They also have a beach. The beach is cool. That's why I'm a little bit toasty right now. I've baked in the sun like a potato. I was Icarus. Let's not focus on that too much right now. We have... So, the next day starts, and we are heading over to a special place over around the Wutong Mountain in Shenzhen. This whole area is called the Fairy Lake Plaza and Botanical Gardens. It's really, really cool. It's just a big, beautiful area that you can walk through. So that's what we do. Thing is, we also went there like super early in the morning, just to go there when it's nice and beautiful at its peak performance as a garden. And as usual for the morning, people like to get up and exercise and then walk around the mountain and the gardens. That's just a hobby people have if you live near this kind of area. Oh, right, I should mention, the furry friend brought his mother along with us. It was a trio going along this journey. They were very insistent upon the snails here that you see. The snails are apparently an invasive species.
It's running away from us as fast as he can.
Looking at sites like these, this is what people think of when they think of China, you know? At least the southern part of it, I think. If I can wax poetically a little bit, China is a lot of things. It's big cities, it's small villages, it's the panda bears, the bamboo, the rice and noodles, it's the stinky tofu, and the good tasting ones. But it is also a lot of very natural beauty. And I'm pretty lucky that I could go on a trip like this and see it for myself in person. But not just that, but to show it with you all as well. Because what fun is like a photograph or video if you can't share it with your friends or random strangers on the internet? It was nice to have this little pagoda here as our first stop along our walk. You can climb on up, get a nice view, you know. It's the main purpose of a pagoda. And since we're in a plaza filled with gardens, of course there has to be a section of entirely different flowers just arranged in its own little spot, curated to look very beautiful and varied and diverse. Something funny that I saw along our trail is that there would be old people exercising, doing their aerobics and cardio, being as healthy as they can, doing exercise, walking, and playing sports. And then afterwards, they take a little smoke break. You know, as healthy as you think you are, you still have your old bad habits. And I'm not exempt from this either, not that I smoke, but sometimes you just crave fast food. And that's totally bad for you in large quantities. And over here is the main treat of our travel, the Hongfu Temple. Giant Buddhist, impressive display, reminiscent of a time long past. As much as there are devout followers of Buddhism, that kind of went down historically. Without saying anything too politically charged or controversial, there was a cultural revolution that kind of pushed away religion, outwardly practicing religion. And with that came some Buddhist temples as well. Not that they don't exist anymore in mainland China. As you can see here, they totally do exist. And Buddhism is still a very big part of Chinese culture. But there are a lot more temples that you can walk by here in Taiwan than in mainland China. I kind of had to look around for them in mainland China. I had to actively search for them. Here in Taiwan, you can just stumble upon them in every single neighborhood that you see. Again, this is not a diss against mainland China. This is just, it happened. Anyway, here's more footage.
It's like a prayer song. Oh, you can just buy the little Buddhist bracelet and beads.
And just to be respectful, I was told not to get too close to this one spot and just go in there with a video camera. They didn't like that. So I said, okay, I understand. And then after that, I had some free time. My one thing that I wanted to do in Shenzhen was not just to roam around Shenzhen, I also wanted to head to Hong Kong. I had actually picked the perfect time to go to Hong Kong. If you remember, there were a lot of revolts and protests around this time. Thankfully, as I was traveling to Hong Kong the one day, there were no protests going on. So I was free to just go on over there. Here's the thing though, I had to prepare myself because it decided to be very rainy today. Every once in a while, just here and there, because that's kind of how weather is sometimes in the southern and southeast part of the eastern side of Asia, actually. Between Shenzhen and Hong Kong, there is a train line that you can go to, like a little subway system. I was going to do that. For some reason, I got in the wrong line, in the wrong queue, and ended up taking a bus. Now, a bus is not the worst thing. You know, you get a more scenic route from your starting point to your destination. And you know, this bus driver that I had, he was pretty cool. He had 2 songs in his entire playlist going from Shenzhen to the Kowloon area in Hong Kong. We Are the Champions and some sort of disco song. I mean, it was literally called DISCO. I'm not going to play too much of that audio just because of copyright things, but just know that at some point during our travel, after the checkpoint, yes, there is a checkpoint. They check your passport and all that going between the different countries. Part of it, the first half of our scenic route, was just blasting through the highway going, "We are the champions." And the other part was DISCO. And it was a more scenic route than I thought was possible. But hey, I got all this cool footage, so you're welcome for that. Then I finally arrived. Sometime in the afternoon. The whole bus ride was like an hour and a half. And the one thing that I decided to do, the one thing that I thought would be completely worth my time, was to go onto the internet without a VPN. That is the crux, the absolute biggest flaw of mainland China. Call out post. VPNs should not be required in order for people to be happy. I mean, VPNs in general are a good service if you're just looking for media that is restricted outside of your country, but also the only way I could talk with my family and friends outside of China, outside of Skype, I should say. Skype was still available without a VPN. Who knew? But now in Hong Kong, I didn't need one. I was like, wow, this is so freeing. This is so easy.
Shopping bag.
You can put it in here. Yeah.
Samsung bag. 39.
Okay.
This is the Chinese.
Yes.
Still okay. The exchange rate.
Okay. Yes.
1.1. Yeah. Okay. This is 39.
Okay.
I will change the Hong Kong money.
Okay.
Thank you so much. $71.
I like the color. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And then for something to munch on, something to eat, I decided to get some McDonald's. Not that McDonald's is any more special in Hong Kong than China, except for the fact that they gave you a bag. A little bag to fill in with some seasoning and then just shake it right up. Here's a preview of the Hong Kong money. Now off and on it would rain and get a little foggy and misty because that's just the weather you have to prepare for, again, in this area of the world. But once it cleared up, some of the sights I saw in the limited time that I was in Hong Kong is pretty cool. Here, you can see for yourself. Oh, and this is the first time I ever officially have gone to a night market. Yeah, so the night markets that I've been to here in Taiwan, those aren't the first ones I've ever really been to. I went to the one in Hong Kong. Well, I went to a night market in Hong Kong. There's probably more than just this one. But now things are dipping into the evening times, and I decide, okay, let's head home. Let's go ahead and head back to China. Funny thing about that, one of the things they tell you before you travel to a new country is that you should tell your bank that you are heading to somewhere so that they don't get concerned that your money is being spent in a country outside of the one that they think you're currently in. I did do that with the one in America before heading over to China. I did not tell my bank in China that I was heading to Hong Kong, and suddenly my card doesn't work. I mean, I had some Hong Kong money on me, so it wasn't completely hopeless, but it made it very, very difficult to go home. Isn't that funny? It wasn't very funny. I spent 3 hours trying to get back home, and that is not fun to do. I'm not going to bore you too much with all the details because we would be here all day if I told you my entire journey of how I finally got back home to Shenzhen. But just know that it involved me going to several money exchange places, figuring out not only does my card not work at the train station, but at the money exchange places as well. I couldn't pull money from my WeChat Pay or my Alipay accounts as well, because of course the bank thinks it was concerned that I was being scammed, that I was scamming myself, and they decided trapping me inside of Hong Kong would be the best solution. Again, this is my fault, not them. But as seen here in this photograph, I finally got my ticket. Just before the trains would close that day, there was someone, a nice stranger, in the queue who spoke English and helped buy a ticket for me. The catch was I had to send money from my Alipay to his Alipay, and then he would buy the ticket for me and then put my information on it, basically, so that I could verify it. And it worked. And honestly, that was very dumb of me to just goof up like that. But you learn things as you travel across the world. There are multiple ways that I could have approached this, have enough money beforehand that I could exchange to get there and go back home and have a little spending money for food and shopping and stuff. Don't ever use your card outside of your own country if the bank doesn't know you're going outside the country. These little things that you remember and figure out either by trial and error or by just remembering not to be an idiot. Alright, so last day of my trip. Literally the last day. I had an evening flight heading back home. I pack up all my stuff. I take it with me. I bring it along. I'm actually completely worn out at this point. I'm kind of ready to go back home. But not before I visit one more little area, as suggested by our other friend in Shenzhen, Beats the Wolf. So there is this arts and culture and hipstery area with street art and stuff. It's called OCT. It's in the Shenzhen area. It would be the perfect place to go to just before heading home. And so we went, and here is footage of that.
After it's abandoned or stopped for some reason, it became like an entertaining area.
Okay. In a hurry.
And of course, I also get something to nibble and to sip on.
Donkey bar?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool.
And here we get some hot tea, we get some munchies, and we also have a little, something inspired me to just draw, just because my mind was just kind of scrambled and fried at the moment, and doing some art kind of helped relax it a bit. I decided to draw the best goat boy. The best goat boy. Okay? No debate. No debate on this here in the comment section. No debates on any other videos. Do not at me, okay?
Wait, which state are you from?
Texas.
Oh, Texas.
You can keep that.
Alright.
Also, you can tell this place is great just because of all of the eccentric art pieces that exist within this this little eating and dining area. Anyways, here's more of OCT.
They have art exhibits, it looks like. I like it.
It's like a really
Yeah,
old factory fashion, right?
yeah, the graffiti on the grimy factory stuff. I like that. Abandoned kind of buildings that people like to go into, take photos and videos of the urban decay and all that.
And at this point, it was time to say goodbye to Beats. I sent a couple messages to Leola and his pals. Couldn't meet with them face to face, unfortunately, but it was nice to have his company during the rest of the trip. So I take my time heading back over to the airport in Shenzhen. For some reason, they just vape everyone in the airplane. I don't know if this has to do with like air pressure or cooling off the cabins or like something to purify the air. But we totally got vaped in here. We just got vaped. And then that was it. That was my big journey inside of Shenzhen. And a little bit of Hong Kong, but mostly Shenzhen. And that concludes our first part of the Fursuiting Across Asia vlog series that will be featured on this channel. However, I decided to split these videos up. I'll decide that in post.
Also, in the description below, you will see my social media links. That will be my Telegram, my Twitter, and my Instagram. You will also find my TikTok handle down there. It's the same as my Instagram, just in case you want to watch a couple of short, silly little videos from me. You will also see my Discord screen name and a link to my Discord server. This is for all people to join that like furry content. You can talk to other fans of this channel. You can talk about your favorite movies or music or cartoons. You can share memes. You can do anything you want. You will also see a link to my Patreon. For at least $1 every month, just $1, you will have access to early viewings of my videos. That will be either the day or the night before. That's all my reviews, my vlogs, any kind of video that you see on my channel. There's also the option on Patreon to sponsor a video every month. If you are an artist or a small business, you can use my videos to advertise anything you want, any projects that you're working on, any causes that you need people to see. Again, that's all in the description below, my social media, my Discord server, and my Patreon. You can give a thumbs up if you like the video, a thumbs down if you dislike the video, I won't be offended. And you can also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you want to watch more videos from my channel. Though you might want to watch a couple more videos before committing to that.
There will be a playlist of these videos along with all the other vlog videos I have done ever in the description below. South Korea, China, and Hong Kong will not be the only places that I have been to outside the United States. And like not in these videos, and hopefully not in the near future. I do want to still go to many different countries and experience so many other different cultures. So part 2 will be Thailand. And boy, was Thailand an experience. I made a whole lot of more mistakes in Thailand. Not very big mistakes, but mistakes nonetheless. This has been Lightning Runner as Burger the Bull. I'm gonna be back home recording. You're not gonna see this hotel room anymore, so take it in however much you like. And I will see you in the next episode of Fursuiting Across Asia. Bye-bye.